Superman was one. We played that game together. The Superman NES game, because I know what everybody's going to say is, oh, Superman 64. Everybody just wants to jump to Superman 64, and I don't know what the obsession with that is. It's like the most hated Nintendo 64 game, because it is a piece of shit. But I'm
they were right.
No. They are right. But there was episode 50 with also, I think, one of the shittiest NES games was Superman, and that was episode 50 of The Nerd, which we played together.
You know what's really funny about the script?
Yeah.
You want to notice something? Okay, here we go. Like, let's see if you know. See how long it takes you to notice it. Wait, hang on.
Every time. Okay, so every time it says the word fuck, James has it in bold and underlined.
Yeah.
Is that so that you make sure to emphasize it?
I don't remember. I think there was something.
Or you just thought it was funny?
Yeah, I just feel like, see, the thing is, I don't give a fuck about this kind of stuff anymore. But like, I think at that time,
It was how many fucks you were putting into the video.
I was like just curious. I was like, let's see how many times I actually say it, because everybody was like, oh, the videos used to be like creative and well written, but now it's all just fuck. And I was like, hasn't it always been fuck? The Karate Kid video, episode 3, I'm screaming fuck at the beginning of the video, and the word fuck is coming out of my mouth. And then they're saying,
Right, which is like the first video. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
kind of in a way, it's the first video.
And they're saying the old videos like didn't have the
Right,
cursing in it.
right.
So I think at that time I was like really confused and frustrated, and now I just come to the realization that I don't care about that, because people just
When we really play games, and you see this all the time with James and Mike Mondays, like you can see that on camera, but regardless of whether we're recording or not, if it was just you and I sitting here and there's no cameras or anything, we're playing a game, you die, you fall, and this isn't just you and me, this is everybody. You play a video game, you die, something frustrating happens, you say, fuck. Mm-hmm. It's just what happens. Or you can say other things, but a lot of times it's, oh, fuck, shit, I fell. It's part of playing video games, and it's perfect for comedy and humor. Yeah, it doesn't have to come from cursing and all that, but I think it's the perfect thing for something like the Angry Video Game Nerd, because it is part of playing video games, especially bad, frustrating video games.
Part of these scripts is to keep them real, to keep them like real human language. Like, what do you say when you play games to make it seem like you're actually sitting down with somebody playing games?
Because otherwise, it would be robotic. That's why the show is good, because it's not a robotic, boring video.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it can be like an educational lesson. Well, today, everybody, this is the Atari 2600, and it came out in 1977, and blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm already asleep.
Yeah. But it's good I'm saying it's good to mix it up, too. Like, so lots of times it's written more like no one would actually be able to just fluently say a lot of things I write, where it's kind of just like, it's not human to be like,
to get everything perfect. There's no ums and ahs.
Like this, like we're talking, I say like 1,000 times and don't even realize it, you know? Mm-hmm. But, see, I just did it there. Now I'm conscious of it, but
like I say, like a lot. Like
everybody says, like, and we don't know we're saying it until we play it back. You know? But see, there I go. I'm thinking about what I'm saying next. See, when you read a script, you read it like perfectly without any stutters. I mean, it takes a few takes to get it, and then you edit it down until it all is perfect.
This is pretty awesome. You got the scripts for Zelda, part 1, 2, and 3. I would imagine those had to have been some of the hardest videos to make.
They were up there, especially as far as gameplay time.
Mm-hmm. They That's what I meant, as far as playing the game. And writing the review portion of those scripts.
Yeah. As you can see here, I underlined a lot of parts are underlined here on CDI Part 1.
Is that to emphasize?
This one in particular, I think, is because it's whenever I need a close-up of a game, you know, or if I need a close-up of my hands on the controller, anything specific that I need. Typically, a nerd video is broken down into, like, I'm going to say, like, 3 shots. Three different setups, I should say. One setup is the obvious. It's me sitting on the couch. It's always going to be that. I'm always going to be sitting there. Some videos might have more. There might be an angle from like the side. There might be an angle from behind the couch going over my shoulder. So there might be other shots, but generally the main shot, the main setup is me sitting on the couch. So I'll film all that.
Now I'm starting to feel like we should be filming it in the nerd room, but James brought these over to my place because he needed me to sign for this auction. But go ahead.
But that's the main setup. So I'll film all that in a row. Then how many times do I show a cartridge? So then I will actually film every time, whenever there's like an actual game, I'll set up the camera one time and I'll get all those shots in a row. Just keep them coming. I usually have like a stack of, like if it's a bunch of games, it'll be like, you know, and then there's like the third one would be like, okay, controllers. Like, okay, is there ever a part where I'm talking about how you have to hold the D-pad to do a certain move or something? And then sometimes also then there's shots of the console. So is the game going into the console?
And that you have to move the tripod all over the place.
You never think, but filming a game going into a console is one of the most awkward, difficult shots because you have a camera in between you and the console.
A big bulky camera.
Over. I have to do several takes because when I'm reaching that far, because you don't normally, when you don't have a camera here and I'm just going to like put a game into a console, you just do it. You just do it. But if there's a camera in between you, you have to do it like this, like I'm reaching really far. I'm reaching like through the tripod legs sometimes.
Yeah.
So then when I go to do it, I'll usually miss, and it's awkward. Like here's the game, here's the cartridge, and it goes like clink like.
Just for the video, you don't want it to look like you're like something wrong.
I don't want it to look like I'm like trying to get this cartridge in, so I'll do it again, and I'll do it again and again until I get it right. You'll never think, but those are some of the most difficult shots to
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know you know, but I'm telling everybody else.
I mean, that's one thing I've done a lot of is getting shots of cartridges and things like that. And I feel like a lot of times, like your hand will be shaking if you're trying to like hold it, and it's like, oh god.
Well, when you're filming a cartridge, because the problem is, especially these newer cameras we have, the focus is limited to like probably about this far. If you get closer than this to the camera,
it goes out of focus.
Then like it goes out of focus. So to get the cartridge in focus, you have to hold it in a very specific place, and it can't go too far away either because there's like a very shallow range of focus depending on the lens, depending on how open the iris is, how much light is in the shot. So a lot of times I have to like blast it with light to put all these lights around, and so I can close
just to get a shot of a fucking cartridge.
Yeah, to close the iris down so that you get a wider range of focus, and then still you're holding the cartridge like this, and your hand is like shaking because you're holding your arm out.
Meanwhile, it's just one shot.
It's just one shot.
Why is your Bible game script ripped in half? Did the cat eat it?
Probably what happened, my guess, is that when I got to that